Hello, everybody. This is the Anime Bro here, and welcome to another episode of Anime Discussion, a show where I basically have a guest and talk about a specific anime. And today I am with I can't pronounce I still can't pronounce it.
Ayvhel.
Ayvhel.
How? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when you were Hellmouth. That was a lot easier to say.
I got no idea who that guy is, bro. No idea.
Yeah. All right. Yep. If you wanna check out his channel, link will be in the description below, and also we want to check out his anime talk. Uh, yeah, I actually
It's under a
changed.
different name, but
Well,
it's the same guy.
I actually changed it, so so it would actually be your name, but it wouldn't
No,
look.
it's the right name.
It would be a different profile pic because it's not the
Yeah,
one you
yeah.
gave me. But yeah, let's get in the video. Today we'll be talking about ReZero. So ReZero is very popular, especially with it's up there with Mishoko Tensei as one of the best isekais ever. It could be really debatable, but usually those two are the ones that people talk about. And I guess we'll just start off with like some stuff we like about it. So you want to go first?
I guess the first thing that I like about it is that unlike a lot of these isekai where it's just like character doesn't really have to struggle for anything, it's kind of like the opposite, you know?
Yeah.
He kind of has to struggle for everything, even if he still gets, even if at the end of the day he's still winning most of the time. At least it feels less artificial than when, it's just like auto win. It's not a press to win button, you know?
Yeah. 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 He does struggle a lot, especially with like. I guess I can see what you mean. Like he actually has to try. It's not really like.
I guess you could call it the Dark Souls of Isekai.
Yeah, kind of. Honestly, in the situation he's put in, yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess his struggles is. I guess one thing I do like about it is it's unique because even like, or I probably don't know that many because I don't watch as much anime as I usually do, but like there's not really like a reverse or like you die and then you come back and you still remember this. I don't know many shows.
I can't really think of many shows. I can think of a few movies, but
Yeah, yeah, and it's. I guess it's also cool seeing like the struggle, like every situation is completely different, and it's like very, like I guess in the first season especially, like he actually had a mental breakdown, like because every time he tried to do his best, he just couldn't do it, and it was like I guess you got to see the struggle he
I,
went through.
I guess it's hard because he kind of just loses everything again and again and again.
Yeah,
All the time he spent with people that became his friends and, lost, never existed to anyone else.
yeah. I guess there's, I guess yeah. He just struggles a lot.
Mostly mentally, because, physically, yes, he always comes back, but like the
Yeah,
mental struggle is like the big part of it. Is like will he give up? Will he be able to, keep trying and trying and trying?
yeah, and especially because like mental health is very hard to fix because sometimes you never recover, sometimes you can for a while, and yeah,
Yeah, and you just see that all throughout because it's not just him. Like in season 2, Amelia goes through a lot of character progression as she like resolves her internal issues,
yeah,
what she was going through.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I guess not just him. Everyone goes through struggles, and you get to see the um, you get to see the outcome in some way.
yeah,
Yeah. Quick question. Who like I suppose of course like waifu thing.
yeah.
Well,
There's always the wife
yeah.
wars.
So, what is your favorite waifu in the show?
Uh, Honestly, it's not the kind of show that I watch for that kind of thing. I
Mm.
don't really care that much.
Mm.
If I had to say, like, come on, Echidna,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
uh, Yeah, probably something like or Sekhmet, which hasn't shown up a lot yet. She's the Witch of Sloth, but
Hmm. Hmm.
there's not really like it's not that kind of show for me. It's not one of them. It's not like quintuplets, right? Where the
Hmm.
whole point is which one of them are you rooting for?
Yeah. 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 I could. Well, a kid I can see, but I have never read the light novel, so I don't know much about the slot.
No, no. I just like the Yandere trope. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm simple. I'm Ram. Ram's my favorite. But yeah, I kind of didn't like second season. Not really didn't like. It was more of
It
second
felt
season.
like there was something missing, right?
Yeah, yeah, a bit. Honestly, I also kind of. I guess we just. I was gonna make this into a point, but I guess we'll just talk. Second season, I was kind of lost. Like I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah. I
Like,
mean, an issue I had with the second season is that, and this has been going on since the first, some loops are like cut out to make it, you know, a bit snappier, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, but the problem I have with that when it comes to the adaptation is that the structure of ReZero is basically like a series of puzzles, right?
Mm,
Because each arc is basically a puzzle. He has a set amount of time, he has a set amount of resources. It's not like he can go on a training arc
yeah,
for a very long time or something. He has to solve that issue.
yeah.
Limited, there's a limited frame that he can work in,
Mm,
and the whole point is kind of like each time that he resets, he figures out something new.
yeah,
He starts getting more and more information, and then it's basically like a speed run, right?
yeah,
Those guys that do speed runs, they're trying to figure out all the little tricks, all the
yeah,
best ways to get to the end.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do. And I guess the reason why I was lost was because like a whole lot was happening.
Yeah,
Like, like
two different areas. I think it was probably the first time that he had to think about like two different puzzles at the same time, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. But also another thing was like when they showed like, uh, man, I totally forgot the guy's name.
Roswell?
Yeah, Roswell. That yeah. When he was the villain, I was like, wait, when did this happen? Like, did I miss something? Like, was there a
Oh
build
yeah,
up to this or?
there was a little bit in season one, I guess. But it's hard to call him a villain, right?
Mm,
It's not as much a villain. He
just
just
an
wants to do.
antagonist.
He has his own goal,
Mm.
which I don't remember if the if the series already revealed, so I don't want to spoil. But he has his. I think it did. He has his own goal. There's something he wants to kill. Let's say that way.
Oh yeah, that was in season one. I remember that. It was
Yeah,
like some
they
dragon or
explained it,
something.
right? The dragon. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's basically just a character with a goal that kind of aligns, but kind of doesn't with the rest of the main cast. So he
Hmm.
wanted to, I guess, the same way that Subaru is trying to figure out the puzzle to get where he wants to. So is Roswell, and in some ways they connect, and in some
Hmm.
ways they disagree, right?
Yeah.
Roswell doesn't see as much. For example, Roswell doesn't care that much about the safety of certain people.
Yeah.
Subaru does.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess he's just like a results type of guy.
He sees the. Sorry about that. My
Don't worry, man.
I'm gonna try to close my door. Hopefully, I'll make it quieter. I'll be back for a little bit. All right, back. Roswell. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So you like what you said. He's basically like he sees the outcome over the like.
He has his own goal, right? It's
Yeah.
not the same goal, but in some ways it aligns.
Mm. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it makes him more of a likable character because I kind of like the people who like they help others out, but they have an ulterior goal. Um, like I I don't know if you watched or read, but like in Game of Thrones, one character I
Oh
really
yeah, yeah.
what uh,
Watched and read a bit of it.
oh, nice. Okay, so one of the characters that I like, even though he really is a bad character, is uh Littlefinger. Yeah, he's
Oh yeah, yeah. He's an interesting character
yeah he's an interesting
to see.
because like his thing is like he always wants knowledge and he always does these bad things for like well I guess another thing is just like he's not a good guy but he's also not a bad guy because he just does his own thing because he has a goal in his mind.
Yeah, it's just different goals. He wants power, but he's just one of those guys that's like he doesn't really care how he gets the thing he wants. You know.
Yeah. So hopefully in the far future, maybe season 3, I might like him.
If there is a season 3, but
Oh
if
yeah.
there is a season 3, because I'm not sure there's gonna be, because a lot of White Fox's staff moved on to work on Mushoku, so
Oh wow. Just well,
I don't know if there's even gonna be much more White Fox.
yeah. That actually sounds pretty. Or they could just switch to a different company, honestly, like Attack on Titan did.
They could. It's not like it hasn't happened before. You know, and with the way that Mappa just grabs every single IP available, you know, we
Yeah.
might get ReZero by Mappa, which I
Yeah.
don't know if it would be a good idea. Considering they tend to work on more realistic looking shows, not so. ReZero has that very cartoony anime
Yeah.
look to it, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But you know, whatever. I think that the point we left off at season 2 is good enough to get people interested in reading the novel.
Mm.
You know, if they care about the story that much.
Mm. I might not, honestly.
Yeah, I know you're not like a big fan of it.
Yeah. Well, at the time when I when we were in our old Discord server,
Yeah.
at the time I was actually just like saying out of my butt. I was like I did it to meme, but at the time I was like, oh great, I need to keep this thing up. Like I hate this show. I even put like Slime better. That was more of rewatchability. Like I rewatched Slime, but I really can't rewatch ReZero.
Yeah,
So
I guess I could agree with that somewhat. Because a lot of the fun in ReZero is seeing how things play out, and once you already know, you know, it's one of those shows that probably is very spoilable.
yeah.
Slime is just a fun watch. I don't think it's anything special, but it is fun.
Yeah,
I can't tell you. Yeah, the animation's clean, the music's good.
Yeah.
You know, the fights are very entertaining. It's a good show to watch. I don't think it reaches the highs that ReZero reaches, but it's also a very like consistently good show. Like nothing special, but it's a good show. I think it's completely valid to prefer it over ReZero.
Yeah. I guess it's just like another thing I just one thing I didn't really like, and this is really just me personally, but I kind of wanted to see a bit of politics, because Amelia's goal was to become queen. So I wanted to see more of that. Like, how does she like
a bit more of like the capital stuff?
Yeah.
The kind of thing that we got very little of, to be honest.
Yeah.
We just got a basic rundown of basically what each of the candidates was, but the thing is that since the story is so focused on Subaru's point of view, I don't think that the politics will ever be the priority of the story.
I guess that.
Yeah. But they do, you know, keep playing a role as the story goes along.
Yeah. I was just wondering because like it made sense to have politics, especially if one of the goals is to make a girl queen, and you need the know like, okay, what are the politics like? What is she doing that makes me want to root for her to become queen? Because season one, we really didn't get like, even though that wasn't really the main focus, like you said, it
Oh
was
yeah.
for Subaru. We were we were shown that this kingdom is trying to look for their next ruler, and we didn't really get much of that, and I was kind of disappointed, somewhat.
I think part of that is like the structure of the story itself,
Mm,
because the story can't really move on very fast. Because they keep looping the same like 2 or 3 days over
yeah,
and over and over.
yeah,
So if you think about it, for a story that's had 2 seasons, there's if you like cut out every loop but the one that succeeded, you might not even get 12 episodes, right?
yeah. That probably is true.
So I think that's like more of a slow pace thing than necessarily a doesn't work or is bad in the way that it is thing.
Mm, yeah, 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 yeah,
But I guess it's an acquired taste to be willing to, wait a long time to see more progression outside of Subaru's character.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So have you read the light novels, or are you just an anime only?
I've read a bit of the light novels ahead, not
Mm.
too much, not
Oh.
too much. I've read a bit, and I've been spoiled of a lot. That's probably the best way to say it.
Yeah. I've probably been spoiled a lot too, but honestly, I was like, I didn't really care. I was like, okay. So I probably forgot all of it. Yeah. So,
Talking about that, since you said, what you, because I know that you're not like a big fan of it. What are like the biggest issues you have with it?
well, with ReZero, well, one thing, see, like, for the longest time we got season one, I didn't like Subaru. Many people relate to him. I kind of don't, mostly because of how I usually think. I'm a more of a logical person, so I mostly try to see things in a like if we're going for like a moral story, even though this might sound like I'm a monster or something, where like if you could save your family or the rest of the world, I'm gonna probably save the rest of the world, because logically speaking
Yeah,
that's the better option, even though morally speaking that's like like
it's the trolley problem. It's one of those questions where you can't really fault anyone for taking either option.
yeah,
But I think that it's more than understandable that you didn't really like Subaru. I don't think Subaru is necessarily the most enjoyable protagonist.
yeah,
I think that he is a good vessel for the story that ReZero's trying to tell.
yeah,
But sometimes it's hard to watch him. There's certain scenes where you just have to pause, take a deep breath, and start like shaking your head a bit. Okay, let's keep this going.
yeah. Like that night duel, like, oh, like, honestly, I
That
was like,
was, I guess he's just very cringeworthy sometimes, right?
yeah,
It just
like, honestly, I'm fine with him, like, being emotional and driving things on emotions, even though I'm not. It's just like when you're specifically told not to do something, I would listen because it's like I don't know what's going on here, so I might.
it's a very unlikable trait of his.
Yeah,
Especially earlier on in the story, he has a lot of this like I'm the protagonist kind of thing going,
yeah,
where he's like acting as if oh shit, this is my story, this is all about me.
yeah.
And that's probably one of my favorite things about season 2 is how he's like, I won't solve this anymore, I trust Amelia, I'll let her do her thing.
Yeah.
I think that's shows a little bit of growth there.
Yeah. And also, I guess with season 2 was like when he made a fault and everyone was like looking at him. In season 1, when he did a fault, I was like, okay, like even I would don't do that, because especially like the night one, I really can't get that out, even though it's been like 4 years since season 1. Or like
it's one of that was probably that's the moment I was referring to when I think like, don't do that, man.
yeah. But in season 2, whenever he like did a fault, it wasn't like, oh, like, why'd you do that? It was more like, I actually would have done the same thing. Like, for example, when he said, "Hey, let me just do the trials," I actually
Yeah,
thought, you know what, that actually makes a lot of sense. Why not just he did the first trial?
because makes sense. Makes sense. Like he passed the first trial relatively easily. Emilia was having a lot of troubles, and he was thinking not only of the people in the sanctuary, but also in the people in the Roswell mansion. That
Yeah,
and he was like, "We need to do this fast so we can go back,
yeah,
and save that."
yeah, and
But it's one of those things where, like, if he did that, it's gonna be hard. Emilia might become too reliant on him. You
yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, later on when I do see it, and like now when after season 2 is finished, it kind of is like it kind of does make sense. But at the time when I was watching this weekly, I was like, well, yeah, why didn't, like, again, I'm always a logical guy, so like
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the whole thing of taking the easy way out might cause more problems down the road than
yeah.
yeah. And a big thing about that, I don't know if you're aware of this, but like the author Nagatsuki Teppei
Mm.
actually writes if stories of
Oh.
like what if Subaru did this, what if Subaru did that, right?
Mm. Mm.
One of the if stories is what if he agreed to a Kidness pact, right? Where
Mm.
she would help him solve everything in a way to keep everyone alive.
Yeah.
Uh, you probably don't mind spoilers about it, right? Since it's a
Yeah.
spin-off side
Yeah.
story thing,
Yeah.
right? So basically, the whole point of that if story is that if you would have gone down that route, right, of using her knowledge to try and get basically a perfect 100% completion route
Yeah.
every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
The issue that would have developed with him is that he would have become too much of a perfectionist and
Mm.
nothing would matter anymore because he literally kills himself to like tell someone, hey, it's gonna rain later, you know?
Mm. Oh
Because he
wow.
just stops caring about dying.
Mm.
And I guess that answers the big question. A lot of people say, oh, why doesn't he just kill himself every time?
Mm.
Kind of because it loses all meaning.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. That actually would make sense, honestly, because like I think the one thing that makes us human is death. Like we always try to make
Yeah.
what's most of our lives, and honestly, like I'm still scared to die and stuff, but
I mean, we all are.
yeah, and
I,
oh, yeah,
no, talk, man, talk.
okay, and I guess with that being like a very big consequence, I could see that in Subaru, like if he just didn't really care, honestly, I would be in the same situation. I wouldn't care either because it's like I just come back at a certain point and just make it best for me, or like make it perfect for everyone and stuff. And
I guess it's kind of one of those things where if he did that, he would probably lose a bit of himself doing it.
yeah,
He would start losing more and more of himself until he's basically just operating like a computer.
yeah,
Walk up. Oh wait, I stubbed my toe. Let me kill myself real quick.
yeah,
Walk up. Walk a few steps. Oh wait, the water cup broke. Let me go do this again. It's
yeah,
kind of.
yeah.
And I don't think it would make for a very fun story to
Nah,
see that.
honestly, that would
We've got
probably,
enough loops as is.
yeah, that would probably be very boring. It's like, why is he dying every like 5 seconds?
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just a question for like you, since you've read a bit of it. Like, how far have you read? Like, is it like enough for like a season 3, or is it like?
oh yeah, enough for a season 3. Yes,
Okay.
there
So,
is there is a lot left of ReZero because basically every arc gets longer.
mm,
Like, and you can kind of see it, right, even in the just from the anime that's out already, to not spoil anything.
yeah,
First arc is like 3 episodes, I think.
mm,
Second arc is like 5, 6. Then the third arc is a lot longer, less so. Oh no, actually, it's the Imperial City one. It's not as long. The whole thing.
yeah,
Uh, then you have the whole hunting the whale thing.
Yeah.
You know, each time the loops are getting like takes longer and longer, and that's a trend. Because Arc 5 is longer than Arc 4, which is the because Arc 4 was as big as the first 3, right? Which is season 2 was 25 episodes.
Yeah, that was actually
when animated.
Yeah.
And Arc 5 is bigger than Arc 4, and Arc 6 is bigger than Arc. You know, that's the kind of thing. So there's more than enough there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that the story in total was gonna have like 9 arcs or 10 arcs, something like that. So there's still a lot of story to go through. Yeah.
Okay. Is it finished?
No.
Oh, it's not. Oh.
No, it's not. Neither in the web novel nor the light novel.
Oh. Yeah. Because I was wondering, because Mushoku Tensei, well, the first part, apparently there's a...
Oh, yeah. The web novel is finished for Mushoku. If I'm not mistaken, the light novel is as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, apparently that was finished, and ReZero came out earlier, so...
Slightly before, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Then when it comes to like web novels, the original ones, the web novel came like, I think, a few months before. So they both started around the same time, but ReZero is already longer when you look at the light novels. Again, it's the whole thing, right? Mushoku Tensei keeps moving on with as Rudius ages and all that.
Yeah.
While ReZero takes a long time to get like a week into the story, right?
Yeah, with all the loops and stuff. So I guess that does make sense. It honestly could be as long as One Piece if if the author actually thinks of it. But yeah. All right. I guess we're at a 27-minute mark. I guess we'll just finish it up.
Wrap it up here.
Yeah, just wrap it up here. So just final question: would you recommend people read or watch this?
Are you asking us in would I recommend them to read or watch, or are you saying like both together?
Either or, honestly.
Okay, either or. I'd say watch until you're invested, and then read while playing the OST, because the OST is a banger.
Okay, yeah.
The novels are better, I would say that.
Just like about almost anything in media.
It's a very basic take, but, but I'll say it. The novels are better.
Yeah. All right.
The OST is a banger, though. One of the best in all of anime.
Yeah. To me, honestly, I don't really care. Don't like it, that's fine. So, not invested, okay. I mean, if you are invested, okay. That doesn't really change my thing.
Yeah.
But I will say it is good. It is good.
I'll say this, like, if season 2, after season 1, if you're not interested, I'd recommend season 2. If season 2 doesn't interest you, the story's not for you.
Yeah. You could be someone like me.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, man.
I'm glad you're having me, bro.
Yeah. I guess any final words before we actually officially cut this off?
Not much. No, I don't really have much to say. Subscribe to the Anime Bro. Definitely.
Yeah. Also,
those are my final words.
Yep. And also subscribe to his channel. I'm not gonna say it because I already butchered it in the beginning. So
exactly.
So I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, see you guys later. Peace.